The vloggers are out of control. You might say, Jay, isn't that what you do on park hopping? That is correct. Every now and then, we try to do once a week, or at least every other week. Me and Krista try to go live from a different theme park so you can kind of see. It is a big, booming kind of thing where a lot of people enjoy doing that. A lot of people like watching. There's a reason. A lot of people wouldn't do it if a lot of people didn't watch. But it's getting to the point now where these live streamers from the park are being extremely disrespectful to families and children and others. I'm betting money that there's something that's going to happen really soon. There was a time at theme parks where you could bring a selfie stick, and extend the selfie stick, and take pictures and all that. And they started to ban them because people were taking them on the roller coaster rides and extending the selfie stick. They hide it in their pocket and extend the selfie stick while they're on roller coaster rides. So now there's a ban. So when you go through security and they see something like that, you can't have a selfie stick. But the live streamers, I think, is what's going to happen next. Now, we do our best. And if you watch our live streams, I never stand in the front of I always stand in the back. I let the families go up front wherever I'm at. I'm tall. I can just reach my arm up like a big tree in the corner there where I won't bother nobody when we're live streaming. So that's what I try to do for the most part. But this guy here, right here, sets a record. Disney World visitor slammed for incredibly obnoxious social media fueled behavior. You are not going to believe what I'm going to show you here. I've got to let me pull up the article. Disney World visitor slammed for incredibly obnoxious social media fueled behavior. Takes the magic out of visiting parks. Look at this setup that he has right here. Not only does he have 2 iPhones, he's got the Pocket 3 and something else on the bottom. Plus, he's got battery chargers. And according to the reports, this guy fights his way to get in front of everyone so he can go live on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for long periods of time. I don't know how much money this man is making. I don't know why it's getting to that point, but he's not the only one that does it like this now.
I think he's just playing Pokemon Go, honestly. He's just got a couple accounts going.
Well, a lot of people were complaining that he was in the way and people can't see because he's got this giant rig everywhere he goes for the parades and other things like that. So they were saying that he was obnoxious. He wouldn't people were asking him to move and he wouldn't move. It talks about the frustrated vacationer. They're like he was obnoxious. He had way too many smartphones. I don't know what he's trying to do here, but this thing is, hold on, here's a better picture of what this guy was what he was carrying. This is becoming an issue. If you ever do end up going back, and maybe you might see one at Halloween Horror Nights, Ryan. I know you don't step into theme parks much, but this is kind of the new rig that a lot of vloggers are using. They've got one phone for YouTube and another phone for TikTok and something else for Instagram. They try to do the trifecta of live streaming. You can see it here. There's the Pocket 3 right here in the middle and the 2 iPhones. I don't know what's going on here. And sometimes they have an extra phone for the chat. So they're selling these weird gimbals where you can connect 4 or 5 phones and devices at a time while you walk through different places to vlog. So I think this is going to be addressed rather quickly, even though vloggers is basically free advertisements for the theme parks. But if enough people start to complain, then if you don't do something about this, I think they're going to limit it and change direction on how they allow people to film and record inside their theme. This is ridiculous, honestly. We just use one phone. I usually hold it up when I walk around, around my neck, so I'm not getting in anyone's face. But we've seen multiple people with this type of rig. So
I'm gonna be real. I've streamed a couple times when we were in the park and stuff like that or whatever. I know it would obviously be a big blow to park hop and everything. If these guys just straight up ban people from streaming, I think that the people that were going might have a better experience. There are some people. Look, there are some people that just want to go out there and enjoy their day. They're spending this money. They're an annual pass holder. Maybe they're down there on family vacation. and they don't want, to walk around the corner and see a streamer and all of a sudden be in kind of front of a couple thousand people while you're trying to like fix your shit or your kid's doing this. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. I think some people just want to go and enjoy that shit in peace. Not that there's nobody around. Certainly there's a lot of people around, but there's a difference between the people that are being around you and some random park hopper, somebody like that, that's putting them in front of their audience and stuff. I don't know. I know a lot of people love watching streams in the park. Just watching people wander around, taking a look at the sites and the rides, the new things that are going on, the stores, all of that. But
I think
my
there's a way you
feelings
can
wouldn't be
do
too
it
hurt if
that's
they
not.
banned all the streamers.
I think there's a way you could do it that you're not like rude to people. You're not trying to get in front of them to get that perfect shot. You're not sticking cameras in the face of guests, things like that. Like there's a way around it where you can do it and still have the same experience for your viewers. And we try to do that on Park Hoppin. And there's times where on the live stream where I literally will tilt the camera up so it's not showing like families. I was like, there's a lot of people here, so I tilt the camera up to show the ceiling until I get into a better area where I can adjust the camera because
some people just don't want to be on camera, man.
I agree. I
think that's
agree.
a reasonable thing, that some people don't want to appear on somebody's stream where they got a bunch of people watching.
That's what I'm saying. Next time you guys watch a park hopping, when we go live from a park or something, you see how we try to like, and we stop like certain things that we try to do and try not to do. Like when we go shopping, we just show the merchandise while we're walking in there. We try our best. Like I said, I'll tilt the camera up and show the ceiling and let the chat know. I was like, we're around a lot of people. Let me get outside and then I'll move the camera back down because if more and more people start showing up to the parks like this with this rig, they're definitely going to either limit or completely stop it altogether, where people will then just have to watch vlogs from the park instead of live streamers.
Sometimes you might be out there, even if you don't have a problem. Sometimes you might be out there and they might catch a bad angle, Jay. Might not be a flattering angle of you. You might be bending over doing something dumb. You might, who knows? This never happened to Jay. He's never been caught in a bad, like no one's ever caught a bad angle of Jay. No one's ever done anything like that. But it happens to some people.
Happens to me all the time.